Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking news. The Canadian government has warned their citizens about traveling to Jamaica again over the holidays. And ironically, the Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau, is currently vacationing in Jamaica amidst the state of emergency in the Caribbean nation. And ironically, the Prime Minister, Sir Andrew Holness, has called a state of emergency, family and friends, around the time his brethren, his compatriot, fellow politician, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, decide to vacation with his family in my beautiful, beautiful island. And I'm going to have a little extended discussion on this. If Andrew Holness and the authorities are overusing their Prime Minister executive power, the use of power with this SOE, like them a buy out Canada 1, 2, 3. So, if this is your first time tuning in, hit the red subscribe button for
me. So from them mix with the fire, them have to mix with the lightning. Them mix with the lightning, them have to mix with the thunder. Them mix with the thunder, them got to mix with the rain. And there's some black people that put the wicked them under. Hey Babylon, me see them a fret and them a wonder. Who flashy like them?
Greetings, greetings, families and friends. Thank you for tuning to Deep Roots TV again. I know it's the eve of the new year. So I and I, man, want to wish you a happy new year and a fulfilling new year. Hope all of your goals that you set for yourself, you work hard and they will come to fruition. But documented in the news right now, ladies and gentlemen, it's a prime example of hypocrisy in my perspective. Now, if it's the first time you're tuning into Deep Roots TV, I'm asking you to hit that red subscribe button. You build up the content because it appears that, the truth is illegal nowadays. And I notice the truth is getting a fight. So I'm telling you, if you want to hear the truth, go ahead and subscribe to Deep Roots. I'm Rastafari Soldier. I'll be the one being your commentary most of the time. So we are going tonight, and I tell us that the government of Canada want its own citizen to exercise high degree of caution in traveling to the beautiful island of Jamaica, Miami Ban. And the reason why they put out this warning is due to the high level of violent crime on the island. It is the second travel advisory issued by the Canadian authorities for Jamaica this month alone. But for some reason, the Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, is in Jamaica, a vacate with him whole family. I bait up my island, or this is a strategy. Because I'm telling you, these governmental organizations and authorities have a plan. And when we are talking about Jam 1, we are talking about Jamaica, we are talking about Egypt, Jamaica, yeah, the rampant thing. So this travel advisory came earlier December, shortly after the state of emergency was imposed in 8 parishes on December 6th. Interestingly, like me say, the Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and a member of his family is presently vacating in a me island, but him a tell the regular citizen them say, don't or use precaution to traveling overseas. Right now, he is in the island, basking in the sunlight, because it's freezing in Canada. So me I tell all of the Canadian them say, do not allow the crime and the violence that you see reported in Jamaica to stop you from come down here, because the Prime Minister Andrew Holness make sure that all are under secure. There is two Jamaica, one for tourists and one for regular Jamaicans. A regular Jamaicans get kuf kaf kweng. You are gonna take. If you are tourist from Canada, them will make sure you don't go a mere pen, because them know no play pen. And you don't go Spanish Town, because you could get laid down. And you rent a car get take away. So according to the government of Canada, travel advisory and advisory notice, which were updated Wednesday, December 28th, that I just the other day, 2 days ago in a family. The same day, a new slate of SOE were imposed in 8 parishes in Jamaica. The emergency measures will go in effect until January 11. Or probably the time there, Andrew Holness Bridging a leave. I'm talking about Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. You are going to take, because you see him as a young superstar in the political realm, especially amongst the libertarian. And when I say libertarian, I talk about the people them where I think weird. You are going to take, because the way I see him deal with the Canadian citizen them, me no want to go to Canada. And the way I see the farm worker them, of it, lower them standards and accept certain measures, which all right now me I laugh at 5 people them. But the Canadian government said the measure was reinstated in those parishes due to increase in violence and gang-related crime. So him a caution him shitting sin, but him a run go a yard right in the midst of the crime. It said during this period of the SOE, the security force have increased rights to conduct search and seizure and detain persons. So, in other words, Andrew are using muscle to safe up the place them until him brethren and him family them come through. So when him brethren and family come through, it's going to be a nice, calm, secure, well-operated Jamaica. No people can out of order. Now what I'm asking you, is this correct? Is this a proper measure or a proper way to use emergency executive orders? It's emergency. So every little time you feel like something, some Canadians or some English people or some other people that come, what you do is you sign yourself this power and make sure so you can violate the human rights or even the civil rights, constitutional, legal rights of the people them. So the Canadian them and the English them and the American them can feel safe. Now, the Canadian authorities further caution the citizen that if they were to travel to certain areas that are under the emergency measures, they may be subjected to search by security force. It also advised travelers to always cooperate. You are going to cooperate. Cooperate. Meaning that if the police pull you over or the soldier pull you over and ask you questions and want to search you, you have to cooperate with the police and the soldier, because all you're going to do is make them extend them SOE, them state of emergency. Them say, always cooperate with the military and the police officer. Carry your valid ID at all the time. And be prepared for various checkpoints. Allow extra time to reach your destination. Follow the instruction of the local authority. Monitor local news to stay informed on current situation. In relation to violence crime, the Canadian travelers are told to notice that such incidents, including armed robbery and murders, pose a problem in large city, tourist area, including parts of Kingston, Montego Bay, despite the presence of police to counter criminal activities. That means that them and them don't care. You are gonna take them say a retribution. In addition to that, the availability of firearms in widespread and almost violent drug and gang related crime, especially murder, involves firearm. There is a risk of becoming the victim of crossfire in these areas. Tourists are also risk of crimes of opportunity, especially theft and robbery. Crimes tend to be concentrated within the police referring to traditional hotspot or high-risk communities, but can take place anywhere and at any time. That's how the Canadian government, Trudeau, and his people, which Andrew Holness now have implemented a SOE, ironically. And here we are thinking that the Prime Minister care about him people. When him talk about SOE, him care about Trudeau and the Canadians them and the British people them. When vacation into Jamaica during the Christmas time, the security are turn up, cause them no want mess with the security money. So people, the advisory pointed out that the following areas has been significant gang population and a high incidence of violent crime. Me never know. The list goes so long, people. May I beg you your patience. Me never know so much high crime and gang in a island. Cause me say it on the news, me hear it in the news. I read it, put it on YouTube. Thank you very, very much, my families, for the views. And if you have not subscribed, subscribe for me. And if you not leave no comment yet, what's wrong with your brain and your mouth and your finger? Even yo Ross, bless Ross, what a guan pan, what a guan, are my favorite Yagante. So, back to this list because I am astonished. Them say, the first part of the list, because the list is multiple. Them say on the SOE right now, they're advisory to follow significant instruction because there are high incident in these areas here. Arnett Gardens. Well, first, the list so long, may I tell you people, may I use this as a shout out to these areas. Me not say me rate say who know how do violent thing, you know. May I call so much community, might as well me say a shout out to these people. But this is from the SOE. The cause of the SOE. This is an advisory to the Canadians from the Canadian government that they need to stay far away from this area because of high increase the incident of the violent crime. Them say if you go a country got chill out because a city full of crime. Them say that Greater Kingston, them want you to stay away from Arnett Garden. Me don't know why Arnett Garden always in a thing, beg your pardon. Them say August Town, you might not be found. Them say Balmaji, Cassava Peace, you know Cassava Peace. True, they don't go down there, so. So them say don't go there. Delacree Park, Denham Town, Jerusalem. You know the plan when you go down there, so if you're a tourist. You have to let off something. Them say Fieldstead Pen. Them say 4 Miles. Them say Glendale. Them say Grandspen. Them say Greenwich Town. Them say Hannahtown, Harbourview, Hunts Bay, Jonestown, Lower Cockburn, Penn, You know, say when I play, you hear what me I say? This is Trudeau. I tell you, say, them draw out the SOE cause Jamaica go on like them a Rudy. Here comes Rudy passing through, and you can't have Rudy if Marvel no in it. And you know say nobody no have a thing where I roll on the barrow. Mountain View, I met them in a sorrow. Now seen Penn Olympic Garden. Penn land, me a talk about Port more. You know say people have to get Queen for sure. Me a talk about these are the places that the man them say a high risk. Riverton City, Seaview Garden, Tavares Garden, Tivoli Garden, and the roses them over them garden here, you know. Tower Hill, Red Thing Spill, Trench Town. Them a talk about Waltham Garden, West Kingston, Whitefield Town. In a St. Catherine, the known place them like Central Village. If you go there as a tourist, you are going to get pillage. Homestead, Ravensworth, Spanish Town. You would have to be a clown. You are going to Touch Pen. It not be a bottom pen at the wicked place. Canterbury Flanker, Hart Street, Mount Salem. Security force out on Norwood Garden, Rose Heights, St. Clever Avenue. In the South Coast, I already told you, play pen, not they are may pen. Meanwhile, the Canadian government said that the person decided to travel those areas. They should maintain a high level of personal security awareness at all times. Avoid visiting or traveling at night. You hear that? So if you worthy, that's where your life is spite. Run out in the dark. Cause the man them told you those places don't have no heart. Family and friend, maintain a high level of personal security awareness and avoid visiting and traveling at night. Following the advice of local authorities, avoid walking alone. The man them say even during day, because Jamaicans don't play. Go out in groups with people who you know. Avoid visiting isolated area and beaches because they may watch you, spot you, and then want tax you. You are gonna take. Now hold this, make sure him have the place tight up. So him say, yo, if you feel threatened or robbed, don't resist. I'm sure you say hand over all of your cash and your valuables. Because if you resist, you might provoke violence by you. These are some sound advice being given by the authorities of Canada. Justin Trudeau. You're warning that there are criminal offenses that are being committed against tourists. Now, Andrew Holness is working on it, and he told us that the SOE is the magic pill. And he might use it so long, and people still get killed. Blood has spilled, increasingly still, till all the Canadian government realize that even in the time of heightened security, them have to make sure the Canadian people them know say, yo, nobody running. And things that show you get a little nice ride. And the sunshine. And the one love Bob Marley a play. And the people them a smile and nice in the day. Run out and think say a joking thing. Yard people don't play. So right now, Andrew Holness have let out the dogs. Him say a SOE until January 11. By that time, all I tourists them have to go back at work. Because them can't spend too long. So, in the next few few weeks is probably going to be the safest time in my island. Me give thanks for the SOE and the security. But I do not appreciate how you are used your pen for violate the constitutional and the human rights of the people them as if you're not involved in the crime. I told you all the time. I love that song where Chronic sing, a government invent crime, because they have a plan, a strategy to violate a man. Now the Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is currently vacationing after Prime Minister Andrew Holness let out him security team. Now, amidst this state of emergency, it appears that violence did surge earlier. But like I said, December 6th, the first state of emergency was placed in, but reinstated 2 days ago, December 28th. This applied, like I said, to all those places in the Kingston. Yeah, the capital. The capital of Quengin. When they move it from Spain Town, them thinks that people was going to stop getting Quengin. Alright now, may I tell you the truth, people. Spain Town and Kingston, them ever in a neck and neck race. Sometime I be a come in pan it, and I go on wicked and wild. Hey. But Clarendon, one done round the island. So, after them reinstate the state of emergency because Andrew Holness knows saying Britain, Justin Trudeau a come bossing at the strand and run around pan the beach and like a speedo and thing. Them say it a go run out, what me say, 14 parish include certain popular destinations like Montego Bay. Tight! Them say Trudeau is gonna be there a whole week. So, right now Jamaica safe. I'm whole family there. So, it extra tight. All the mosquitoes them a get checked. At the safest time. This SOE a go run till January 11. And by SOE, you have to understand when this one put out SOE, that means him can violate you, him can arrest you, him can come in your house without no warrant, can stop you and do certain things. Certain normal law is out the books. Right now, Jamaica has reported over 1,400 murders for an island of 2.8 million people. It's not right. This has outpaced last year. But me expect that because the restrictions that were placed on the whole place, and me not talk about just Jamaica, was a behavior modification technique. And it allowed governments to collaborate. And now they realize they can activate. So they collect all the information that they needed, studied the people and watch a reaction. And now they're slowly laying down their plan. Them say it long time, enough time, you know. See, I want to die, you know. And we not talk about the gang, you know. We are talk about the world. One another. So, as you see, my great Prime Minister travel as the Canadian citizens were warned not to travel, and their Prime Minister picked up and traveled to the same affected island of Jamaica to bask in the sun and yam off all of the jerk chicken and drink off the rum. Him a try tell the people them say, over the Christmas time, you know if you come curly down in the sun and deal with the herbs and spices with the rum. Now, earlier this week, earlier in the month, Trudeau did, make some contrasting word in Ottawa during a trip where he clearly spoke to the Federal Ethics Commission. Trudeau was previously found to be in violation, conflict of interest in the rule of 2016 vacation at the Aga Khan's private island in the Bahamas. Meaning, say them go down there, go plan up some things. When alright, you are gonna take mixing business with pleasure. For security reasons, the Prime Minister must fly aboard Royal Canadian Air Force planes. The flight for his family 2019 Christmas holiday trip to Costa Rica cost the government about $57,000 plus thousands more for crew stay. May not care about that. Because when you have your position, you make your decision. What I'm saying, big man have the money, so him play the boss. So when the Canadian Prime Minister want to go to Jamaica, you see how my Prime Minister run out and kiss him Ross. Lock down the country. Basically half of the country, because all those places are the cities locked down. So that his brethren, his top brethren, can feel safe. Now I want to know if you talk the truth. Leave your comment. I appreciate love the fact that the SOE is in the street. And enough of the quang of them allowing good decent people to sleep and eat and walk another day on their feet. But there have to be some more intellectual debate into this. You can't just call out SOE and a program man for living in a state of military. We have to come up with better solution. Like me say, bring back the use of the death penalty, because the death penalty is there. Uno na use it. A Babylon invent crime and perpetuating and purporting and victimizing the poor people them and using the criminals them as a muscle. Because you see, enough people there foreign want come to Jamaica to improve it. But guess what? The government have a strategy. Thing called immigration. Especially him and him brethren, Trudeau. Them have a good link on the farm work plantation. When them send so hungry Jamaican go up in the Canadian land. Figure pick apple, figure pick plum, figure pick tobacco, chop out cane, clean up yard and them thing there. Yeah, them I use them brain. So them have to correspond and keep the vibrant flow of human resource going. But in this time that people have intellectually inclined, have gained intelligence, the government use them mind also. So they have to collaborate. And because them see that them power and them control are great, especially when they use emergencies to perpetuate the violations of the rights of humanity. And when they install these, what they would say, temporary laws that snatches away from us the freeness that we have come to learn to live and like and love, like a simple thing like speaking the truth or even speaking your mind. You have people that curtail your opinion and your words from the head down to your toe. So there are corporations, companies, people that they would call NGOs, people that they would call PBOs, people that they would call MTCs, and it's just non-government organization, private business organization, PBS, private business sector, or military contracting. These are the people that are influencing the government internally, externally, horizontally, and vertically. So when you hear them talk about them bilateral deal, and all them look up wars with them are yours, Babylon are yours, them brain. And the thing is, it look like the people them mad. Like the people them insane. Because I am shocked, I am astonished of the last 2 years of what worldwide governments have done and gotten away as far as the violation of the mere human rights of the people them worldwide. And everybody just falling, including the road youth Jamaicans and the rude girl Jamaican them. I realize the people them I tell it. And here it is again. From the way they talk about my island. I'm say to the news, going in a guan, but the man them make it seems like a Chicago. Like a peer gang there on every street. And if it is, if I tell you the truth, my family and friends, I do not see it. Me nah tell you say some youth around the bleach. Me nah tell you say some youth nah tattoo up. Me nah tell you say too hungry girl nah thief. Me nah tell you say if you're this program you won't drop off like ripe leaf. But what I'm explaining to you, the biggest crime we are going in my country are the politician them. The biggest crime them we are going in the country are the government them friend. I mean I tell you again. You hear what me say? The truth is under attack. And even if it's not the fact, I have the right to speak my truth. I mean, I talk out of the side of my face. And like I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, if it's the first time tuning into the Approach TV, I thank you very much for tuning in. I'm in a rampage your time. You are going to take. Because unkind, the people them what you call mankind, always I try control everything from when you get up, when you work, how much you work, what you say, and now them deep within the psychic of the mind. So them can actually tell you the reaction. Them actually can tell you when you wake up, when you are going to wake up next month per Wednesday. Where you go there, because them have all this information for you. And I gather it. And at that, the people them I do are socially engineer the society here in Jamaica. A certain cultural acceptance are being eradicated. And a certain external philosophy and policies are slowly being interjected. It's being interjected by the use of force. And when you display a certain force, certain people be quiet. Like I said, 2 years ago, there are people objecting of the policies. And those people were put in jail and fined. The same Trudeau here where I come on my island, black whole heap and me paper them from traveling to Canada and force collaborated with Andrew Holness. Force a lot of me people them for take a job though them never want for take. And we lost the whole core and understanding that people have certain human rights in inalienable right, especially countries that has a constitution. People underneath read. It's illegal for a country with a constitution to be mandated to stay inside, which they call a lockdown. And we allow it. And if you ask them about it now, they would say it was just a suggestion. It's illegal. So that's why they come up with this state of emergency so they could do illegal things. What Prime Minister Andrew Holness is trying to do, I applaud him by curbing the crime, by force. But that is not it. You don't put man on the SOA with innocent and a law-abiding citizen. You use the death penalty. Simple. That's all you have to do. But by you not using it, you perpetuate crime. You show a little 16-year-old, 17-year-old who's strong enough who can kill anybody. Say you can do that and come out in the 30s and 40s. And even if you get 30 years, you can come out still young. 50 and come breed girl. So, all of them talk about Canadians safe on vacation and SOE and go on like say you don't care about the people. All you don't care about is on the bottom line. On the tourist money. And at the end of the day, people, like me I tell you right now, thank you for tuning the Day Proud TV. If you have not subscribed, hit the subscribe button and leave your comment on this one. Leave your comment because I noticed that there are certain things that we are distracted with easily. Entertainment, the World Cup, Sting, and those things are used to distract you on purpose, while a slow step of tyranny creep in upon the people, and things that are unsatisfactory creep in and become cultural norms, and we sit back and we accept it. May I tell you, you can see it creeping at the entertainment. You have certain people pushing out certain music that's lewd, lascivious, and evil, and we continue to gravitate to it. You have certain legal aspect of the world that deteriorating, and it's being impressed on Jamaica. And Jamaicans are different people. We're not rampant people like that. So we motivate, promote the evil, and the government allow it. So it could get to a certain level where you have a reason to come in and squash it. And make it a law. Say, yeah, okay, people can't ever travel. We're going to rise the SOA. And the people them who want to go home to Jamaica for them families for the holiday, don't say nothing. And next spring, when a spring break, I might somebody like Justin Trudeau and his family, maybe next time it's Barack Obama. And because we're so seasoned and so giddy, we're going to say, yeah man, lock it down and make it safe for the boss, man. Yeah man, yeah man, yeah man, yeah man. When we the people are lacking safety, and we the Jamaica, that's what I like to tell you say now. Jamaica is safe for everybody else except for the Jamaicans. And we were there in the fire. People, I applaud the effort, but the strategy not right. You can't continue for SOA, and when you're brethren and you are cross 10 at night and drink up rum and yam up the spice pan the chicken and the pork when and yam. On a call SOA. On a violate people's life and business for the last 2 years, and on a continue to perpetuate certain things that's unnecessary. But again, me tell you, a technology, a biometrics, a facial recognition, a voice recognition. If you know how Justin Trudeau run Canada, are the same tyrannic, fascist, communistic ideology and your wholeness are impressed upon Jamaica. I don't mind, cause them fi stop the crime, but I'm explaining to you the psychology people. The people them allow the crime to run rampant until it's time to get the tourist money. You see, Andrew Holders and him top cronies them step out and draw for them one magic thing, SOE. We never get no SOE Prime Minister. We no vote for people for just push a button and say SOE. What are the strategic measures that are being implemented? Now me hear them say them have new crime bill. Them have new arrest jail bill and this. From you not putting death penalty, crime still is going on. Them say crime don't pay, but a lie them a tell me family. A lie them a tell. Crime don't pay you, but crime pay them. Them get all kind of funding. Them have all kind of reason, families and friends, for borrow money from IMF on the backs of the future generation of the island. So Justin Trudeau and the British tourists and the Canadian tourists can feel safe. And the Prime Minister can impress upon you that he's doing something because it's so election time again. But it's like you are wash your face with the same dirty water. You are do the same thing over and over. As the fire flare up, you throw something upon it for out it, and it flare up again. You might want to look for the source of the fire, and you know what it is. Bag of wire out of wharf. Bag of wire where you send it in a barrel, me laugh. Bag of wire where they up a parliament attack. I see them bag of wire and make it laws. Not for no politician or no lack the garrison. It's called your stronghold. Nothing now going in that area without you know. Because you put the big man in the area. You put the quangers there. You drop off the machine. Saying, not for no bad queen. Not for no whole office. And no guan. Pa water guan. So, when you say you draw for emergency measures, you just follow big brothers. Because they have a terminology about that, big brothers, And when I say big brothers, I talk about the Americans, the Canadian, the Englishman, the Germans, the big brothers, the J7s, the one them were in collaborations in them new world order or the new liberty order. The new like you hear Joe Biden say it. George Bush did say it straight up. Barack Obama said it straight up. I remember me hear Trump say it. Them said no. It's a new liberal order. Whatever liberal order mean. So you know say I them think that them find them whole philosophy pan. Justice and liberty and fidelity. And those are code words from the Illuminati. So as you see these governments are gather coming closer and closer to the one rule, one collaboration, as one historic event just occur. One virus in everywhere in the world. And one response was to lock down the whole planet. Turn the whole world in a planet prison. And we are so conditioned to the point right now. The man them can lock down the whole island or certain cities in the island under the presumptuous pretension that crime is so bad, gang, over the holiday time, we have to roll out the soldiers them. And you hear how many cities are called out. And you have Canadian government are send warning to them citizens. And ironically, the same Canadian government, the head of that government, is in my island basket in the sun, nyamming jerk, chicken, and drinking rum. Hypocrisy. So me don't know if I beat them, I beat up my island. Me want them to let me know. Our gangs are running rampant in Jamaica where me don't know. Because I've been around city and town, country, hills and valleys. And me not see it. Me know people that get quang. Enough time and inner said Andrew, no play pen, may pen. Inna the one done, Clarendon. Yeah, Spain Town, don't play around. St. James, turn up the flames. Westmoreland, seems like them get too much ganja money and them a build ganja gang. But at the end of the day, we don't know Jamaicans don't play. So when you give them toys and tools, they're going to break the rule. So we need to find the source of these illegal tolling. Because you know I deal with people like people foley. Who no want just come out and make an announcement and say, yo, SOE, ding, SOE, ding, like a magic one. No. Where all these weapons coming from? Is this purposeful destabilization of my island so uno can bring in uno needs? So uno can run in the facial recognition? So uno can modernize the digitalization of the currency? So when somebody out of control, you just lock him down. Like how you don't turn off your light switch. Lock him down, track him down, run him down. You hear what I'm saying? So I don't know if some prison planet thing on the ban. Because if you call state of emergency over and over for criminal activities. A 2.8 million people there in Jamaica. So the places that you're saying are volatile, that the Canadians and other people are being warned, why aren't they being surveilled by cameras? I mean, people have to say, yo, we are catch people per footage. If I don't look a cell phone or somebody's store, I don't see nobody get catch by no camera. Or even if they get catch by camera, I don't not investigate it or put it out there. Because guess what? When people say, people get catch, it deters other people. Just like how you see them people here have fun in a waterfall. When people go back and show pictures, they make the Prime Minister of Canada even in the rudest time. Because right now, in country is a ice box. I'm outside with no shirt today. You hear me? So I'm saying, where can I go? Because America freeze right now. A whole heap of people just dead just by slow. Oh, I could go to Jamaica, go check Andrew, man. I'll go check Andrew. Eat some jerk chicken, some curry chicken. Guys, would you like that? Yeah! Andrew, man. I know Jamaica down there is acting up, man. Can you do a state of emergency so I could enjoy for a week? Of course, Joe. We can do that. So I'm just come and say, you know what? My brother not forward, you know. Bob's the way I say. Yo, Anderson, Cheng. Where on that thing? Enough dignitary. The Canadian Air Force are flying. Money are run. And that's the shell game. But the real game is the collaboration we are going inside. And the policies and the strategies. And the bargaining in the companies and the investment. And like Egyptian would say, pan the corner. Look out how you hang out pan the corner. Because when them go round the corner and make for them deals, you soon hear owners fly gone to Canada. Because I sell out the Jamaican Canadian them now. Because it's collaboration, data sharing, biometric, digital configuration at them level there with them. I work with the devil them. In a 2022 year, 23. So I want to bid you a happy new year. Because I'm not sure if I go vlog for the tomorrow. So it's the eve of the eve. Because you know sometimes, them time there, you highly break. And we don't know what we have planned in them time here. But I and I man like to stay home until it past 12 or 1. Me no want to be the first one for dead by the new year. So after that, because by 12 or 1 somebody will get quang. Matter of fact, it's a tradition for Jamaicans. Figure a church. Wishing for the best, not the worst. Because if you're in a church and then, most people say you're there at the right place. But that's one I see if it's place. Let me know in the comment if you ever hear nobody go to church and dead for New Year's Day or New Year's Eve. I'm not talking about just drop down. I'm talking about somebody run up in a it. And put some up in a it. Ladies and gentlemen, you know I want to thank you very much. Yeah, I want to thank all of the people them on the ends, on the line here, you know. Give thanks to my brother, Menelik Makonnen, you know me I say. General, you're my real brother, you know me I say. Angela, big up yourself, your press. Give thanks for all of your comment. Yeah, give thanks. Velma, Buan, big up yourself too, you know. Yeah, give thanks now. And happy new year to all of the family them. I like me say, you know, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, my family and friends, you have become a part of the Rastaman channel. Yeah. Build up the Rastaman panel. And sometimes I'll speak the truth sometime and it's like me get a fight on them local, what them call them, local robot thing and software, algorithms them call it. Because I see me put out a local talk on the local 2-year thing we go on. And the man them give me some violation and me I say some joke thing there in the pan. So that's why me I say speech is under attack. I'm not care about no free speech. Because the boy never give me my words. And the boy don't give me on for talk. And the most I Jackie I and I my eye, my ears, my mind, my lips and tongue, and the ability to utter words through my vocal cords. I'm failing. I have a mindset when me can speak. And I think so like our social media, through me all the time and me talk and me see people attack. And watch whole heap of movie. We are live. Enough of them on social media. I mean enough people talk on social media. We are government headquarters and all them things and a lie. Me see a commercial, a lie. So, even if me say something where a lie, how you can tell me say, me violate policy and this and that? I don't take man for foul. And the people them allow themselves to be ruled. Because you see if you get violated by some other clown, we are come talk about, you have missed this and you have talk that. And nobody not say nothing. People don't realize that you will get violated too. So like Martin Luther King said, injustice done to one man It's done to all. So when we sit down all up in our world and see, like all up in a foreign, the American people, them sit down and make all the sitting president when it up there at the time get black all off of social media. New York Post get black off of social media. All those things are worldwide now. Me see all in them time there. Man come on social media and make talk and I say rare. Whether if it was disparaging to the president and the prime minister, sorry, or even me see it over foreign. Them say certain thing about certain president, it's allowed. And certain other president, them lose all them account, them get blocked. Me see them expose it's real Orwellian matrix thing. People watch me all over the world. Remember that, every little boys and girl. It might look simple. Zin, my biggest country them will watch me are here in Jamaica, the United States, Canada, and England. My biggest city them are Florida, New York, Kingston, Birmingham, and them place there. So all the Jamaicans there them place there. And if I lie, me I tell people that this place, these people are acting like them a God. Like them to know everything what you are do. Say everything what you are do. And if you do something what them not like, them a run a thing. And even if you say or think something what them not like. So it's like the people them a try turn the whole world into the same like a bunch of sheep pan a grazing pasture. And I have always grown up to know that being different is special. So that's why I look like how I look. I go on like how I go on. Because I'm me alone born. So when you come with an SOE or a tyrannic rule or a strategies them to change the people them from who they are through your behavioral modification by suggesting and implementing policies and policies to deter them from them normal habits and way of life, you are destroying a person's culture. Can we notice again from the last 2 years, isolation and inside living has been promoted. And that's not the way we live in an island. We not sit down up in a house. You are guarantee. We go a ground go work. We go out a door go work. We go a bar. Got on star. You are guarantee. We move up and down. Me say you don't still have enough of the people them have things over them face and suffocate themselves. Sometimes I feel sorry for them to rot it. But this year, man, yeah. The Honorable Andrew Holness, PV, yeah, remember him the pan the Privy Council. I wait for cartel traffic come out so him can step on him. Him a let out SOE soldiers violating the people them like we're living under some state of communism or posse commentado or some kind of like this is a military state like it's a prison planet. A prison island this. Him a run a thing wicked and how the slave master them did a run it. Big Christmas. The man a say him Justin Trudeau a visit. Him Canadian money a run. No five people them when him send for farm work over there. Want run back to the sun. So him have to safe up the thing. Him don't want nobody for rob him Beijing and him family them. So him a run a SOA. And I show it's a crime or job. And that are the key. But you can't continue to run SOA the rest of your life. You are going to, because of the old people them at Jamaica you are fight. And now the tourists them. You are safe up the tourists them place while the people them still in our community are tremble from the crime where engulf them. And as soon as Trudeau leave January 11 on up, and the SOE lift, and all like tourists them have to return to them work because the holiday season are dwindled down. The people them out there back to the mercy as the quangers them. But when Trudeau and him family are coming, you march out the army. Rotted. It's blatantly obvious. Families and friends, remember it's Rastafari Soldier again. It's your favorite Rasta man on YouTube, you know. If you have not subscribed again, you know, hit that red subscribe button. If you did subscribe, leave your comment, Panda One, yeah. Let me know if you're listening and watching from a different country, if you see the same strategic movement by your government where they have violated the human rights of people under the pretext of an emergency when it does not dictate an emergency. Crime has been rising for years in my island. But at certain time, for look good, for polishy place, for the tourists, and for his high constituents, prime ministers have been invoking state of emergency, which requires executive powers, and presidents worldwide are doing the same thing. So let me know if I sleep the people them asleep, or I creep these governments, I creep slowly closer to tyranny worldwide. Me tell you, I say them dep on the border of the new world order. More life, more joy, and more happiness, families and friends. Big up on yourself, you are going to take.
Yeah, Ron Marley, Deep Roots TV. Blessed love, see it? Rastafari. So from them mix with the fire, them have to mix with the lightning. Them mix with the lightning, them have to mix with the thunder. Them mix with the thunder, them got to mix with the world. And they so black people I put the wicked them under. Hey Babylon, me see them a fret and them a wonder. Who flashy lightning and who roll the thunder? Deep root flashy lightning and him roll the thunder. Babylon, me see that them a panda. Look how much of the youth them well them fret and kill, look how much them put under. How much of the youth them well them send a dove cut ya. Where Babylon the fire burn no longer. Babylon the proofs for that say you can't turn ya. Fire king, Rastaman and a real fire king. Whoa, fire king, Rastafari soldier and fire king. Yeah, bang bang,
Pick up Deep Roots TV. Respect, make sure to tune in. You hear? Every time.